Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the CRE Marketing Hub Getting Started session. We have a smaller group today, so I'm going to unmute everyone and be as interactive as possible here. So just give me 1 second. I'll unmute you, but if you want to be muted on your side for whatever reason, you can mute yourself locally and then control that so you can chime in as needed. So as I'm doing this, just by way of hands, or you can shout out, has everyone been able to log in and get access to the CRE Marketing Hub? Let's see, one hand up. Anyone having a, maybe put it this way, anyone having a challenge, had a challenge getting in? So everyone's good to go. All right. So then, let me get to back to CRE Marketing Hub. Come in here and just do a quick navigation. So just by way of background, we've changed the website a little bit, some updates. Are you someone saying they can't see anything on the screen? Are you seeing it now? See my screen now? Perfect. So again, some reorientation of the screen, just overview. This is the public portal and view, but once you log in, you'll have access to your assistance from client insights, your deal coach, your marketing communications. If any of you are doing residential, there's a whole tool set for residential. If you're doing land, there's a tool set for land. The marketing center has our social media library, the image library, and if you have Canva, you can download content and create offering memos with templates in Canva. And then the playbook. So make sure you download and gain access to your mastering content creation with ChatGPT. You can access by the click, and you're leveraging AI for commercial real estate success workbook, and download that copy as well. And then you'll want to sign up for the newsletter for updates and highlights as we go forward. And once you come into the site, you've all found, I'm sure, the ability to register for these events. Next week, we'll have a special event with Tracy and Ross Jones hosting a mastermind session. So we'll be talking about a lot of best practices and use cases. Today, we have our coaching and user group after this session. So every Friday, except for the holiday weeks, we'll have a ongoing ability to come in, learn more, share ideas, ask questions, and get support in your implementation of our AI tool set. So as someone just getting started, you'll want to just get familiar with the navigation, understand the client insight. So here's a way to get started. You can provide content. We always want to make someone's having a challenge with the text. Hold on 1 second. Okay, so you want to make the system as smart as it can be for you. So you want to provide some information about your market and what you do, and the type of people that you like to do business with. Are you doing business with retail tenants, for example, or are you doing business with institutional investors or private investors? And then you can begin to profile your market the best way you can. So come into the perfect persona, and you'll begin to understand your target market. So this is a self-guided GPT to identify for brokers to help them create detailed client avatars, understand who your target market is, make sure you're going after the right people in the right way, and then for the chat to understand who your prospect is so that it knows best as you're going to do business with them. And then to understand your client, use the client insight analyzer to understand the ways to navigate discussions with them to win more business, and to begin to profile different people and where they are, who they are, what they do. And you'll find this amazing ability to have a nuanced conversation with someone. They all could be an owner of a property, but if I inherited a property, it's different than I was the developer of the property. It's different than if I am an investor and trader in property, or if I'm an institutional asset manager. So all of these people, they own property. The property might be the same, but their decision making, their motivations, and the ways that you might want to communicate them are different. So the ability to understand target and then to communicate with them is critical. And so you'll want to, again, be able to use this tool to help you profile and understand your prospects the best way possible. And then think about your deal coach as your always on resource to be able to ask any questions and to be able to find ideas about understanding your market, to put together a presentation, a marketing strategy, marketing tactics for a property or project, or your business plan, and to come in to learn about market trends and create market reports, and to talk to your clients more expertly about what's happening in the market, to be able to model the demographics and the psychographic composite of a target market or audience, and then to use tools inside of the system for leasing and different templates for basic commercial real estate math and metrics. Excuse me, 1 second. One of our team members trying to get in. Sorry about that. One of our trainers is just about to join, so I'm going to keep going through the overview, and then Tracy's going to come in and pick up and help give some more depth and answer any questions that you might have. As we come into the rest of the tools, you'll find tool set for marketing and communications, a fantastic resource, again, to come up with tools to help you brand yourself, to develop SEO strategies, SEO communications, to create LinkedIn posts, to do listing profiles and overviews, to create social media content, even write video scripts and marketing copy. So each one is more specifically trained for each aspect. So don't do everything through the coach. The coach can give you great information, great insights broadly, and you'll get great answers. Even if you want something on marketing, you could get a good answer here, but you'll get a better answer if you go to the marketing writer for the answer. So again, you've got these different GPTs that are trained specifically in each area, and to make sure you go to the right resource to find what you're looking for. And here is something that you'll want to gain a deep understanding of as well. The prompt library, where not everyone prompts the same way, but we've developed a library of best practices to look at what you'd want to do to think about prompts in a negotiation, or not putting together an offering memo, or a whole host of different types of prompts. And you just can cut and paste these different prompts for these different use cases, put them into your GPT, and get the best answer possible. Calculators, which are many, so just to help you figure out if you need them to have an ability to get quick return analysis and other key metrics that you'll be able to have at your fingertips. And an image library, which right now we have hundreds of different images. We're actually building a capability to create new avatars, new buildings based on the geography and type. So you'll get a specialized view based on your market and geography. But these are just amazing, high quality images that you can put into your presentations and proposals and documents and marketing collateral, all royalty free and available for your use. So you don't need to go to a Shutterstock or other third party. All of these are available. And again, we'll continue to grow. So a building, library, development sites, interiors, different types of buildings, different types of people, and a great tool that you have access to. And then the social media component. Depending on what you do, we help you create templated, formatted communications to put into different types of social media with captions and the type of text that you'd want to put into your social media posts. So that's just a quick overview of navigation of the different resources and tools that are available. And let me open it up to see if there are any questions before we move on to the next step, next stage of the orientation. You can always use the chat side of the screen with to ask your questions, or you all are able to communicate. Just use the mic, unmute yourself, and you can ask any question. Question about admin access. I'm not sure, Teresa. So each access.
So I have somebody who does all my social media. Can I give her access to this to create the images rather than the way she's doing it now?
Yeah, she would need to use your credentials to do that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she could. Okay.
That's the only way to provide somebody else access. Any other questions? Someone's waiting to be let in. I'm trying to figure. I don't know where there could be. Panelist link is not working. If you can just bear with me 1 second, I need to get some links out to people. They're having trouble getting in. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that, everybody. Let me get back to the screen here. I'm sorry, the screen was taking you into the back end of the system to help everyone get in. So we had a couple people having trouble getting into the site. Hopefully they're able to join now. But while I was out and away, any other questions? Have you been using it? So I know April, you've had some experience. We talked earlier, so you've used it. Any experience that you can share how you've used the system?
Yes, so what I did was I was passed on a lead for a client that's looking for office space, or a principal that's looking for office space. His budget is 25 mil, and I didn't want my years of being in commercial only, just focusing on commercial. I didn't want my length of time to be a deterrent for him as far as approving me to assist him with the deal. And so I went to our system here that you're talking about, and I just plugged in my personal experience, but I also included the fact that I network with individuals who've been in the business for, 30 plus years or so. And the system generated a bio that was customized to me. There was no fabrication at all because it spoke into my strengths, why I was a person for the deal, but it also included my network. So, it worded it in such a way that the principal would feel like, okay, this is a solid person or group of people to go with in helping to see the project through. So I created the bio, or the system created the bio, and I merged it with my Canva, and it actually created a one-page flyer. I sent it to the principal and actually won the bid, so I picked up a new client.
Well, that's fantastic. Congratulations. Well done. That's a
Thank you.
great scenario. Bill, have you been able to tap in and get any specific use case that we can, or anything that we can help you with? How about Kate? I know you've been active in the system, Kate. If any specific questions that you have or experience that you've had to share?
I haven't been using it for too long, but for the past week I did use it to help market a new lease listing, and so there was a listing that I actually used the email campaigns using RealNext and had some clicks and so on, and then I kind of refreshed the campaign using the marketing AI tool to ask, this was the email campaign I sent out last time. I thought it was, it was okay. Got some clicks and interest in it, but I think it was a little bit wordy and maybe not too attractive, or like, what can I do to help it? So it walked me through, like, I created a new campaign for me, wrote the code to drop into RealNext campaigns, and then I sent it out, and then I had I sent the email to our clients like, like I had like 1,000-fold increase in views on this thing. So hopefully because of that will get some interest in it and kind of be able to close the deal. So
That's fantastic.
yeah.
Any challenges, or everything worked smoothly? It worked as expected? You got,
It worked as expected. Like I played around like everybody else with a whole bunch of different tools. It definitely helped that I didn't have to train like for the other ones. I kind of dumped a whole bunch of, tools and learnings and data that I have access to in order to train it. And then for this, it's just like, just sign
Ready.
in, click
Yeah.
into it, and you can go.
Outstanding.
Hmm.
Okay, how about Mona? Have you had some time to work with the system?
So I've tried it out, but I did have a question, and I apologize if you've already covered this. But it seems like the system was built for ChatGPT. Have you really tried it on other systems like Claude to see if you get the same or similar responses?
So these are specifically trained GPT agents built on the ChatGPT engine. So it doesn't work or apply to the other AI models. So that is not something you take this and put it there. But what we have done is benchmark this against all of the generic sort of just off the shelf tools that are out there, whether it's ChatGPT or Gemini or Perplexity or others, and found that by having these trained agents, you're getting a significantly enhanced result and experience because of their understanding of the commercial real estate market and the nuances of the market and the understanding of the client personas and how to deal with the people that are involved in the commercial real estate industry.
Okay. Yeah, so I was just wondering, because I use Claude for on the legal side, so I was wondering if there is a way for me to, take some of these prompts and use it in Claude, but I guess Claude's probably not built for CRE, so
Well,
that would make sense.
it'd be interesting, you certainly can go to like a client email prompt, for example, and if you wanted to copy this and paste it there, you can do that. But these agents are built into OpenAI ChatGPT. So that's the difference. So prompts, yes, likely you can, cut any of these and use them, and they should work on any of the engines, but not necessarily giving you the same depth of result that you would be able to get
Okay.
here.
Okay. Yeah, I was just curious about that, so thank you for clarifying.
Absolutely.
And I
Raj?
did like the responses too that I got through ChatGPT, but it's
Okay.
just not
What
it's
did-
not my go-to. That's why I was like, oh, maybe I can do it.
What was your use case that or the main use case?
I actually was I did two last night actually in reference to self-storage. I wanted to see about a brochure for a Class A self-storage in a suburban area. Then I'm like, okay, what about an older mom and pop self-storage facility in a rural area? So I did the prompts, and it gave back good information, but I'll have to add in pictures and things like that if I really want to do a marketing brochure, which is fine.
Yeah.
But I did like what it said.
Gotcha. Okay. Still having some people with trouble getting in for some reason. Bill, I don't know if you've joined or able to speak yet, or able to share, or if not, Raj. Raj, you're on mute if you're trying.
I'm just learning every day, and I want to get into it. I'm not up to the level as everybody's saying it, but I'm spending time to get into at the high level too.
Okay, excellent.
Thank you. Thank
Sure.
you. I love it. I'm trying to attend every webinar too. So.
Well, we have them every week, so join what you can, and we'll continue to, you know, be there as you need and as you're ready
Yeah.
to.
No, thank you. You know, I love that answer
Perfect.
because it makes your life much easier.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah. Mhm.
Teresa,
Jeff,
I'm sorry. Was that April? Yep.
yeah, I did want to just mention to Raj, if I said your name correctly, all I did was just went into the system and typed in what I wanted to do, and it spit out the rest. There
Yeah.
was no high level anything, and that's what made this so dynamic for me. There was no high level anything. I just selected which avatar I wanted to use or which AI personnel that I wanted to use, typed in what my situation was, and it spit out everything for me. So I hope that's helpful.
No, that's great. That's Teresa. I think I know you. Hello, Teresa. Can you hear me?
I guess not. So let's, Teresa may not be there. How about Todd, are you there? I don't know if you have any experience that you'd like to share or question that you might have?
No, I mean, I'm a slow learner, but I did go in there under in the coaches section and saw, you know, some of the information that some of the coaches had in there, and so I was going through that a little bit the other day. I'm glad I signed on to this to know the insights, the coaching, and stuff like that, because I've got a couple listings, land listings that I have that are going to be for retail developments, and it'll be, you know, it'll be great, a great exercise to put the addresses in and just kind of, you know, start asking it questions about, you know, who would be the best tenants for the area and all of that kind of stuff. So I'm looking forward to that.
Excellent. And for those of you that may not have been to any of the prior sessions, here's just a quick use case, an example of what we did as part of a pilot and what you can learn from and what you can expect. But let's see.
See that.
You did or did not?
I did.
Okay. So maybe if, I don't know if everyone's seen this, but we had a use case where one of our clients was required to put together a proposal presentation with some detailed analytics and benchmarks of performance metrics and details of strategies. And it knew that it was going to be a 12-hour process over the weekend. So we worked with her to put together with just this quick profile of the property and the request to put together a tenant mix and prospect and put together a marketing plan and strategy. You're very quickly able to come up with a profile of the project, timeline, how you phase in the project and the marketing, and then to develop a short list of prospects, merchandising strategy, pricing strategy, go-to-market plan. And she was able to take this and then further refine it with the incentives and some of the marketing strategies to use with the KPIs that the landlord would appreciate and respect and be able to achieve and perform so that she could secure the listing. So all of this came back within minutes and was able to put it into a real next, one of our branded templates for them. And even had call scripts to understand that persona of the client and the nuanced different way to talk to each of the different decision makers, to not just from a phone call, but an email and communication strategy to reach the specific people at the different targeted prospects. The end result is she won this listing, and then 2 more projects came out of this based on the use of this tool and the success of the program. So hopefully you'll enjoy a similar level of success and be able to take advantage of it in similar ways. I think since we started, we jumped over in Charlotte. I don't know if you had a chance to share any of your experiences or have any questions. I need to unmute you. Charlotte, love to everyone. We've just gone around to hear from the group, and most people have had a level of experience and success, but some had questions or just getting started. So I wanted to see where you're at and if you had any questions that we could answer as you're ramping up.
Hi, yes, sorry, I couldn't figure this out. I have been using it a little bit, but I still feel like I'm new to it. So I need to study the manuals a little bit more to get to know which section to go into.
Okay, so yeah, we sort of did a navigation of the site before you joined, so there should be a
Right.
video that will come back to you later today or tomorrow, so that might be helpful. But again, just you can play around, you can just try different things and see where it works, but you'll see that each of the areas is specialized for different use cases. So your coach is different than your marketing and different than your client insight. So you sort of understand your client personas and profiling people here, having all of your go-to questions for your mentor here, your coach here, and then you're doing your social media and marketing, you'll come here and you'll see that each of these has different structured, and hopefully by the description here, that'll help to bring you to exactly where you want to go and make sure you go to the right spot for the right scenario that you're working with. Dee, I see that you've joined. We've done a great, I think, foundational orientation. Everyone's gotten in and gotten working with the system, and we've talked about a number of use cases that the team has experienced, or any of the new ideas or applications that you'd like to share or focus in on.
Yeah, I think we spend a lot of time talking about these GPTs, which are, I think, incredibly useful and powerful, but I want to make sure that people aren't just focusing on this and appreciating the other parts of the platform, which include already created images to use in your marketing, social media posts, and also the ability to help you create content for social media posts if you're active on social media or want to get more active. There's a lot of great tools here for doing that, and I think it's something that I want to make sure people are aware of. And then just going back to Charlotte's comment, I want to make sure that everyone, there's ebooks available for free. Yep. And if you haven't downloaded those, you should. There's a lot of good content in there that will, I think, help you figure out more quickly how to really leverage all the tools that are here for you.
Yeah, we did show everybody, but just in case you don't have it, when you come into your dashboard, you'll see the access to the download your free content creation and commercial real estate success manual. So all of those are available. And as Dee was saying, and I think we went through, for those of you who saw the building library and the social media library, so great renderings of images of buildings that are available. As you jump in, you'll see the image library and then the social media creation. So I think Tracy is still trying to join, having trouble joining. I know she had some great value to share, so hopefully she'll be with us. But before she comes in, I don't know if there's any other.
You also, I don't know if you went to the prompt library, Jeff, but
Yeah,
useful.
if you want to talk more about it, but here's Tracy.
Yeah.
I'll mute her.
So for those of you who maybe struggle to write different sorts of content or feel you don't have time, there's this whole library of prompts there that when combined with those images make it a lot easier and a lot faster to build your marketing content, your social media content and posts together. And then also as you work your way down, you can see that it will also help you write some other things in terms of market analysis or negotiating scripts, and even helping you prepare content for offering memorandums, those sorts of things.
So Tracy is one of the creators of CRE Marketing Hub, and Tracy, we've given everyone a orientation of the different agents and the GPTs and how they're trained in commercial real estate and gone through the marketing center and prompt library calculator. But I left for you to just share some best practices, and I think your techniques on how people can ramp up and get started. We also had everyone share their experience. Some have had incredible successes already. Others are just experimenting. So a little bit of a breadth of user group here, but all engaged, all on board, and all looking for ways to take full advantage of the platform.
That is awesome. Okay, so I missed all the good stuff, right? So I missed who's on the call and all the fun stuff.
You were sitting in the waiting room way too long. I don't know what happened. Apologize.
Okay, so for best practices, one of the best things that you can do, and we'll be talking more about this next week when we talk about preparing for 2026. How do you build out your marketing plan and use CRE Marketing Hub to focus on every area of your business, from your social media to your prospecting and lead gen, rebranding yourself. We're going to talk about all of that next week. But for a quick best practice, it starts with your plan. What do you really need to do? And that determines which AI tool you're going to start with. So I'm going to share my screen here and go to.
I'm going to give you sharing just 1 second.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay, so which AI tool you start out with, it depends on what it is that you're trying to do. So let's say you are just getting started with building out your plan. You're going to go to the client insights. If you need to know who your ideal client is, whether that's for a property, whether it's, hey, I need to figure out who I should be going after for this year. I want to get a certain type of business, more business in, then you would start out with your client insights, and that's where you find your personas. And each one of these give you a different aspect of it. Perfect persona is a blend of all of them. That's the best place to start. It's where we normally start. If you've been on these calls, you've seen us do this, so we won't do that today. If you have a listing that you're trying to get a game plan for, like, hey, who should I be focused on? Who might be a buyer for this? You could use Perfect Persona or the CRE Mentor, which you all have seen Mark demonstrate. Then there's, I've got a deal maybe that someone is off market. How do I, I really want to sell it because I'm going to get a nice commission from it if I sell it. Let me figure out who that might be. All of that, you would start with Perfect Persona. Let's say you don't know marketing and you know that you need to brand yourself this year. You know that you've got a lot of competition against you and you need to figure out how do you put yourself out there. Then you would also start with Perfect Persona and get that game plan going. But we're going to scroll up. I came in with D talking about the images and social. So maybe you need your social media. In this platform, we're going to go back to the social media library. There's something for every asset class, no matter where you are starting. If you're serving in warehouse, that's your market, warehouse, multifamily. The poster, the graphics are here for you to automatically download. You can edit them in Canva. You have 2 months free with your plan. The captions are already written for you, where the only thing you need to do is to go in there and modify the hashtags to reflect your city. So if social media is not your thing, or you don't have someone to do it for you, you can go in here and you've got something for every asset class, and you can build out your plan. You could even ask, there's a social media tool that's in here under marketing and communications. And this marketing and communications one is like your marketing coach. It's like a Tracy and Ross in a box. If you needed a marketing consultant, someone to rebrand you, well, it's all right here. You've got your coach where you can ask for a game plan. You know, what should I be doing? What type of social media can I create outside of what you already have? That's all sitting right here. Every person on this call, whether you're specializing in commercial or commercial and residential, should be on LinkedIn. Broker, that's the #1 platform for commercial real estate. Here you have Broker Voice, which with Broker Voice, you're able to find the profiles of some of the people that you need to reach for a deal. And you also have best practices for your LinkedIn marketing, what you should be doing as a commercial real estate agent or one that does both residential and commercial. And then you also have your listing description writer, which is built specifically for commercial real estate listings. If you've ever used ChatGPT or one of the other AI tools for writing a listing description, you'll notice that sometimes it puts in phrases that are very residential, you know, like in this beautiful warehouse, this beautiful warehouse, you know, which, you know, people, you don't say, right? Well, you'll find exactly what one that's written, where all you have to do is put in your talking points, what you want to say, and it will put it all together for you perfectly as if you were speaking to an investor or a corporation. In your social media creator, we've got something fun that we're super excited about, that we're at the tail end and about ready to release. We now have where you'll hear more about this in the coming weeks. We have a social media platform coming out, Social Fuel, where you can post once and it distributes automatically to all of your social media platforms, LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, wherever you're on, it will post there. And then there's a library of even more social media posts. That's an upgrade, and that's something you'll all hear about in a bit. But let's say you're new to social and you want to make the most of those social media posts that you have access to that Dee showed you earlier. You can go right into this social media content creator and ask for a plan. You can ask for a content calendar. You can ask for write a post for me for a specific listing, or I'm looking for off-market listings and I want to post on social. Hey, if you've got this type of property, if you're an owner of this type of property, you know, reach out to me. You can have it create all of that, and the social media creator will do it for you. If you were working in video, which everyone on this call should be putting out videos, that's one of the #1 ways to get attention these days. In here you have script writers, and your script writers, they are custom built based on best practices. You've got 6 seconds to get a person's attention these days on social. These are 30-second clips. Or if you have a property that is something that you need to market, you want to do a full-blown commercial for, you can write, it will write one for you based on the information that you give it for that property. So whether you're promoting yourself or whether you're promoting a property, this script writer will generate it for you. And then one of my favorites in this is the CRE Marketing Writer. If you're doing brochures, postcards, even a letter, whatever it is that you're doing to market yourself, you can do it right here in the CRE Marketing Writer. I'm going to go back up. And then we also have the offering memorandum templates. I'm not sure if you all covered that. We won't go back to that.
That's one area that we did not drill down into, so I'd love to have you share what you can there.
Okay. So when you are creating your listings, if you don't have something that's set up where you can easily market your listings, we have a couple of different collections, and the difference is just the color, where you can go in and put these are editable through Canva. So when you download one of these collections, it'll take you to Canva, it'll share the templates with you in Canva, where you can go in, you can change the color, you replace this commercialrealestatemarketing.com logo with your own logo, you put your images in, you put your text in, and boom, you've got your offering memorandum where now you can print that out. If you're one of my Resi people, where you've been doing mostly residential and you're new to commercial, you don't want to use a residential flyer, a residential design that's provided by your brokerage or something that you bought from Etsy somewhere. You want to promote it professionally as a commercial real estate agent, and you would use an offering. These offering memorandum templates are designed to help you do that. And again, you have all different styles that you can mix and match. You choose your front, you choose the back. You replace the photo with yours, your info, boom.
And like other areas, as Tracy mentioned, there'll be an expanded library coming to support some different looks and feels. And if you had, if you have your, I guess what we have to look at is if they have their own branding already with their company, can they put that into this structure and take advantage of it?
You cannot put it directly into CRE Marketing Hub, but you're going to put it in Canva. So if you've ever used Canva, there's a section that it's called a brand kit, where you can put your company logos. So your brokerage logo, if you have a personal logo, you put that all in there. You can put the color schemes. And when you go to update your offering memorandum, it will automatically be there. The other thing is, once you do this one time, let's say you create a brochure out of this, you do one of your offering memorandums on a listing. With Canva, it's super easy to just click copy, and it will duplicate that for you. And then you can just go in and replace the information. You replace your images, and so you would end up never touching your contact info and your logo again. You would just update the content, which is really great. If you're not techie, or you just don't have time or interest in updating your own marketing, you can always get a VA, virtual assistant, to do it for you. And most marketing VAs these days know Canva, so that's why we put that in here for you. Jeff, did that answer the question?
Thank you. Yep.
Okay. Deal Coach. Deal Coach is a cool name, named by Mr. Demetrios himself. He renamed it Deal Coach, which I wish D had been around when we first created this, because it took us a long time to figure out. We named it Knowledge. D renamed it Deal Coach, and that is exactly what it is. So in the Deal Coach, if you are new to the business, or you're new to working with a specific asset class, or if you're new to the market that you're in, you want to start with your CRE mentor is going to be your best friend, because that's where you can go in and ask any kind of question that you have. Everyone, even if you've been in the market for a long time, should go into CRE Market Trends Expert. This gives you the inside scoop on your market, like what's happening in it. You can make market reports out of it. You can advise maybe a new seller prospect that you have or a new buyer prospect, you can get up to speed quick in a market that you may not be strong in because it's not really your lane and you're new to it. That's what this is for. Like we just did we have a land version of this called Land vs. AI, and we just did a market report and outlook for 2026 using the tool that's very similar to this one here. You can do that with the market trends expert. You can put yourself out there just like some of the national brokerage houses do with their reports. You as an individual agent can do that as well now with that. And then you've got CapWise. CapWise is strictly for analysis, gives you the inside scoop, makes it easy for you to do that. But we've got 8 minutes. Let's see if we can take 3 and go to CRE. No, let's go to the market trends. You all have seen, or the ones that have been on the call before, you've seen the mentor. Let's see if we can, give me 1 second to log out and log back in. Jeff, do we have any questions while I log out and log back in?
I've answered them, and a couple of the questions were along the lines of the RealNext integration, and can you create your offering memo or marketing materials straight from the RealNext CRM listing? So that is not done yet, but we will have integrations for RealNext data to be fed into and to be able to leverage the marketing power of CRE Marketing Hub for content creation to use in both Market Edge as well as to use in the tools directly in CRE Marketing Hub for both content and collateral creation.
Awesome. Okay, I need a volunteer real quick before we shoot over to use cases. Somebody give me a city that they're in and what they're specializing in, and we'll do the CRE market trends expert.
Charlotte, North Carolina.
Charlotte, North Carolina. Who is that?
Todd Akers.
Hey, Todd.
How are ya?
Good,
Good,
dear.
dear.
Thanks for being on the call.
Absolutely. I can't learn enough.
Awesome. Okay. So the fast way to do this, guys, is to treat it like you are talking to someone. Like if you were talking to me as a coach, you would just tell me something. You wouldn't sit here and try to write out, the most formal prompt, which is the biggest change that's in the industry right now. When AI first came out, it was really all about the prompt. You had to put the prompts just the right way to do it. And as the different models kept rolling out, we kept downsizing and downsizing because it had already had the information that was needed. So now what the real focus is just talk and say what it is that you need. So here we go. I am in Charlotte, North Carolina. I specialize in, Todd, what do you specialize in?
Land.
I specialize in land. Hold on, let me stop this for a second. Hold on, I should have asked you a question before I did this. Hold on. Okay, what kind of land? Farm and ranch, ag land, development?
Development, retail, commercial, multifamily, residential development.
Okay. I am in Charlotte, North Carolina. I specialize in all types of land, development, multifamily, retail, etc. Can you tell me about this market? So I'm going to submit this, but another way that you can do this, if you all are not sure what to say, where to start, you can start with one of these little, I call them cheat sheets. These are starter prompts, like what's the latest on commercial real estate pricing? How's the commercial market performing? Like you can start with these questions. If you click on one of these, it's going to ask you some questions. But in this case, we're just going to talk. All right, data-driven snapshot of the current state of North Carolina. Charlotte, North Carolina commercial real estate and development market is showing it across land, residential development, multifamily. So it's going to give you the recap first of what you're doing. So if maybe, let's say if Todd was also doing farm and ranch, you could say, hey, I'm also doing farm and ranch, and it would redo it for him. So it's giving him the breakdown, the market overview and the drivers. It's talking about the home price, what's happening on the multifamily front, that the market is moving from a hyper growth phase to a more stable, moderately paced growth. And because of these dynamics, Charlotte remains a diversified market, not frothy everywhere, but with pockets of opportunity, especially for well-positioned developers, investors, and land speculators. And then it's going to break it down for them. It's talking about the multifamily, residential development, and land supply. The retail market. The retail is one of the tightest sectors in Charlotte, and it's talking about the vacancy rates and things that he needs to know. And as it breaks it all down for him, if Todd had specific questions, which Todd, if you do, we can do on the next call in 3 minutes. But then it's giving the outlook for 2025 and what's coming for 2026. Todd can now take this information and build out a plan, and he can ask a question. You know, can you, so based on this information, what should I be focused on? Hold on. So based on this information, what should I be focused on for 2026? It's also going to give little next steps at the bottom. Like you can pull up a heat map of recent and future development by submarket. But Todd can go on and on asking questions at this point. Now, Todd is in land, and in our sister platform, Land vs. AI, that one is all specifically for land. In this one, you also get a strong, you have strong tools for what you can do with land. And we have land images in CRE Marketing Hub. We also have some social media posts specifically for development that can help you attract developers, do a little bit of education. So if you're in land and you're a member of CRE Marketing Hub, you've got tools in here that you can use. And then we also have there's an opportunity that when you sign up for CRE Marketing Hub and Land vs. AI, you get a considerable discount on the second platform. So that's something you may want to check into. So see, it's giving him the game plan. What should he be going after in 2026 based on what's happening in that market? And then see if we can do it in 1 minute. Okay. Can you create a marketing plan for me to do this in 2026? Let me know what questions you need me to ask. Let me know what questions you have so that you can build this out for me. If you all are working on this on your own, each one of you can do this by going into CRE Market Trends Expert. You start in the persona and then shift over to it. You can really build out a robust plan for 2026. And again, I'm going to show you all how to do this more in depth on next week's call. Jeff, what time is our call next week? The one that we are speaking?
3 Eastern.
Okay, 3 Eastern. Okay, so strong 2026 marketing plan for your CRE business in Charlotte, focused on land, multifamily, retail development, adaptive reuse. It should be. It is now 3 o'clock, so I know we have to shift. Todd, are you going to be on the next call?
I will.
Okay, then I'll leave this open and we can continue the conversation there.
Thanks everyone for taking this starter session. We'll see you on the next call. Hopefully all of you can join. And sorry that we broke this up into 3 segments, but we know that different people, you guys only need to go through this session this time, and next time you'll go right into the coaching. So thank you all. We'll see you in the next round.